Nerdfighters. Today I'm going to review a novel called It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. This novel was made into a movie which has Emma Roberts and Zach Galifianakis. I don't know how to say his last name. The movie's okay, but I enjoyed the book much better, as it usually goes, I'm sure. So I really like this book. It's not my favorite, but I read it this past summer, and it was very important to me during a time when a lot of things were changing, so I guess I'll get into the story of how I personally relate to it after I give you a short synopsis. Here's some jump cuts to keep it interesting. So this book is about a boy named Craig. He goes to a super elite high school in New York, and he has a lot of problems with depression and anxiety. Even though he got into this school, he's very unsure about himself and how smart he is. So this all culminates in one night when he seriously contemplates jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge and committing suicide. But instead, he checks himself into a hospital and gets admitted to adult psychiatric because their teen wing was under construction. And so the rest of the story is just him sort of learning and growing and interacting with all these people who have a lot of different mental illnesses. Sorry. This is my lunch. It's a bagel with avocado on it. Highly recommended. So when I read this book, I had been delving back into reading. Usually during the school year I get a bit bored of reading and I don't do that much outside of class. But during the summer, for about a 2-week period, I read Will Grayson, Paper Towns, a book called Yes Man. It's what that Jim Carrey movie was based on. And I read It's Kind of a Funny Story. So as I mentioned before, I'm an art major, but that's not how I entered college. I actually started as a physics and astronomy major. I had everything planned out. I was going to get my undergraduate degree, go to grad school, maybe take a year off, get a research fellowship, and then basically become a professor and live the rest of my life. But I planned all of this starting in junior year of high school when I first took physics, because I liked physics, obviously, but also because it was safe and secure and I enjoy planning things. However, what I realized over the summer when I was doing an internship in a physics lab was that that's not exactly what I wanted to do with my life. I was doing well so far in my classes, but I felt like I was trying too hard, that it came much easier to other people, and so I felt like this book was basically describing my life. But by the end of it, I felt oddly jealous of Craig because he got the chance to sort everything out. It pushed me to sort everything out. I talked to my dad about the depression and anxiety that I have been feeling since almost as long as I can remember, since middle school at least. I went and saw a doctor, and within 2 weeks of meeting with her, I decided that I was going to switch majors, even though I really do enjoy science still. So after I did that, I started feeling much better. Right now, I am pretty comfortable, I guess, in the decision I made. I'm still not sure exactly what I'm going to do with my art degree, but I'm trying not to think about it too much because I know it'll freak me out. So I realized that this sort of turned into less of a book review and more of a backstory on myself, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. I'll see you next week.